You know, I have said recently that a comedian is a professional dick, and that the reason why I can't stop yelling at the air and God and passersby is that I'm not doing my job, and that if I were doing my job, I would get my yah-yahs out, and that'd be great. The trick is to not be hateful, because I don't think comedy should be hateful. If it's hateful, it's not really comedy. You have to have a sense of detachment that's universal, and be willing to make fun of your own misfortunes, too. And when you make fun of other people's misfortunes, you have to do so in a less than fully hateful, mean-spirited way. Otherwise, it's not really comedy. It's just a fuck festival. So as I sit here and I yell shit, I go, hey, that's funny. Why don't you pull that out from the potentially hateful-sounding rant and do it as comedy? I don't know if I can, but the thing that just occurred to me just now is what people do is that people have attitudes and opinions based on nothing, and they just know that some shit's fucked up around here, and that they're going to go and figure out why. So they have these ginormous attitudes based on nothing. It's reactionary bullshit that they're looking for a place to project it onto, right? And then they form opinions based on, well, we don't know what the hell's going on, but there's some shit fucked up around here, and we're going to figure out what it is. And then based on whether they're a Trumpster or a Hillary supporter, they go, well, we know what the fucked up shit is. You know, what Papa Bear said, you know what I'm saying? That shit I heard the press say. We know that we are mad at some people because of some shit that was said, and we don't know what it is, but we're gonna figure it out, and when we do, some heads are gonna roll as soon as we figure out why it is that we're so annoyed and what our opinion is based on, because it's based on nothing, and we're looking for someone to be pissed at. So, what people know is, they know that some shit is fucked up around here. So basically, Trump is this insane, crazy, creepy, fucked up old uncle that comes to Thanksgiving every year and scares the kids. We are propping him up because we ran him up the flagpole, and he's our fucked up old white man, and from some stupid blind faith authoritarian place that we cannot leave, where the 50s are still running our insane country with puritanical moralistic bullshit, we're just going, well shit, I mean, hey you kids, get off my lawn. Some shit's fucked up around here, and I don't know what it is, but we're gonna fix it as soon as I figure out what it is, because I'm pissed as shit. I got an attitude based on nothing, and we're gonna figure out what the hell's going on, and when we do, heads are gonna roll. That makes no sense, and part of what I'm saying about liberals is that they are the mirror image douchebag. They look at me like, well, what's the matter with you? Why are you bleeding? You don't play nice? Oh my God, he's scaring us. Oh my God, we're scared. We are a nation that seeks our own comfort to the exclusion of every other goddamn thing, and we are in the process of releasing an unconscious, reactionary, emotional response to every goddamn fucking thing in the world, to the point where we're on the verge of an apocalypse. This level of random disrespect based on nothing, based on this town, Ashland, is a puritanical, Christy clusterfuck of elitist douchebags. And whether they're conservative or liberal, they're basically all going, I'm very indignant at you, I don't know why, and I'm going to figure out why, and then I'll form an opinion necessary to hate you now that I hate you, because you make me uncomfortable. The difference between the spirit of Jesus and the spirit of shame is that the spirit of shame is the devil. So what we worship instead of Christ, liberal, conservative, Christian, non-Christian, doesn't matter. We are a puritanical clusterfuck, and what we worship is the spirit of, you should be ashamed of yourself for bothering me by bleeding in public. I've never been poor, I've never been sick, I can't imagine what it would be like to be sick for 41 years, and I'm not going to, and you should be ashamed of yourself for making me deal with it. How about people get sick, people get poor, and in a system that has no system at all, this is what happens. And even if we want socialism because we're elitist pigs and want to get rid of poor people and want to stare at drunks, do it for that. Do it for $1,200 a month guaranteed income is easier than having to hate on me and then figure out a reason why. Even if you just want me gone for purely elitist reasons, they have a no-smoking ordinance in San Luis Obispo. It's the least environmentally friendly, most conservative town ever. It's purely their comfort that I want. I like not breathing the cigarettes. I don't give a shit why. You know who's socialist? Sweden. You know how they formed socialism in Sweden? They're being nice to other white people that look like them, believe what they believe, and look like their Uncle Sven. They found Uncle Sven. He was an alcoholic, and he was in the town square. And one day they came to him and they said, listen, Sven, we don't like to see out here's freezing by the well. We start a new system, it's called socialism. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get you a couch, and a warm place, and a warm meal, and a TV, and a bong. If you want some scotch, you can have some scotch too. We just thought maybe you might want to try the bong. And then we're gonna check in on you every now and then. You okay, Sven? TV working good? I don't know if they say Verk or I should do some research on vowels in Scandinavian languages before I do that routine again. They're being nice to Sven because he reminds them of their uncle and they don't want him to die. He's the same color as them. He's the same religion as them. He seems like them. He sounds like them. So they're nice to a person of their tribe. In America, we have a tribe that's supposed to be open to everyone. If this is a country where people just march up and hate on me and go, what are you doing in our town, boy? Whether they're conservative, douchey liberals or otherwise, we don't have a country anymore. This is not our country. This country either belongs to everyone or it belongs to no one. The way it stands now, it belongs to no one. People are on TV debating socialism or going, well, that's the government owning the capital. No, it's not. It's called the fucking infrastructure. Okay? They're not talking about Stalin and Lenin. Okay? Even if AOC says she's going to tax you at 70%, just don't let her. But if the ruling classes that run this as their own personal pornographic Disneyland clusterfuck don't somehow appease the masses that are suffering and propping them up with labor and suffering with something other than bread and circus, a cookie and bullshit, some serious shit's going to happen, and it ain't just going to be Trump, it's going to be complete societal meltdown. Systemic, global, environmental, economic, political collapse. And so, all the Christians are running towards the end of the cliff like lemmings. I'm saying, yo, Sarah Suckabee Sanders, the only reason my Jesus needs to make war on your Jesus is because if your Jesus wants to sit around and douche himself a river, fine. But once you're killing my grandkids by denying climate change, I have to say your Jesus is crazy and evil and dumb and not an accurate view of reality. When you don't know what reality is, when you elect a reality star to lie to you, then you don't know what mortality is. See, you don't know what reality, morality, or mortality is, and soon the only thing that's going to solve this is a bunch of people dying, and it's going to suck, because it's not going to be the rich people that run this thing, it's going to be the poor people that suffer on their behalf. And that really sucks. This has been another message from the Schenectady Simple Persons Theatre Ensemble and Mutual Life, the company make rich, on the nature of reality. Join us next week when we have a brief interlude of theater in which we recount the episode in which Einstein invented the Jerry curl. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and good night.